Hello everybody and welcome to this time lapse. Got these lovely oranges. I found the photo reference from Unsplash and the photographer is Mina Yin, and I absolutely adored this. So I've done oranges in the past, which you can see in one of my uploads here on the YouTube, where the oranges were that vibrant deep orange. You know, when you think of an orange and you've got, oranges with this blue violet sky. So I've done that, but I wanted to do something a little bit more subtle, and I just fell in love with this photo reference. It's exactly the colors I was looking for. Now, the oranges, they unripe, or maybe it's a type of variety, but they've a lot of green in them, and they're more like yellow toned oranges, dark yellow oranges, with a beautiful cerulean blue sky. Now, I'm working on pastel matte paper here. I haven't worked this large for quite a while, so this is 58 centimeters by 48 centimeters. Not massive, but for me, usually I work much smaller than that because it's easier to film, and of course it's cheaper to frame. But I'm working on the dark green pastel matte of paper here. No particular reason for choosing that color other than that's the size sheet that I had. I had really large sheets. I had a great deal, so I grabbed that from Amazon. It was something like, I think it was like 30 quid for 5 sheets, 70 centimeters by 100 centimeters, which is really, really cheap. So of course I had to buy it, and I've just cut it down one sheet to this size. Okay, so you can see I very, very loosely did a very rough sketch just with the pastel pencil. I'm not copying the reference photo to the T. I'm using the reference as an inspiration more than anything else. So you'll see there's a lot of oranges I've put somewhere where there wasn't an orange, and there's clumps of leaves that I've taken out. My goal is not to copy every single line I can see in the photo reference. Okay, just to say that. So I started with the background with the blue. Now, I wasn't true to the photo reference, and I really wish I had been. The blue I chose for the sky is definitely more of a blue violet, so it leans more towards red, like an ultramarine, where I should have gone for something that leaned more towards the blue-green spectrum, more of a turquoise. And I really wish I had done that because, like I said, that is one of the things I absolutely loved. I'm happy with the end result, but that's just the one thing I wish I had done. I wish I had just stuck to more of a turquoise sky. So, of course, I'm going to do another one where there's more of a yellow orange with more of a turquoise sky, because that's what I wanted to do. That I just got carried away in this piece and I just didn't do a turquoise sky. Okay, so then with the oranges, I'm thinking I've got to put in some stems so that I've got a foundation, if you will, to work with, because leaves are going to go over the stems. I don't want to be putting the stems after I finish the leaves and the oranges. That doesn't make sense. Got to get the stems in next. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but a way to put in a stem is not to put in a straight line. Angle your pastel, as you saw me do it probably very quickly, so that you get kind of like jaggedy, I wanted to say train tracks. That's not good because train tracks are definitely straight, but like little jaggedy lines so that they're not straight, because otherwise it doesn't look authentic. It looks really quite odd. Anyway, then some of the placing of the oranges and then putting in some of the leaves. Obviously, really important. These oranges can't be all the same tonal value. It's going to look really flat. If you want to get the rounded shape and some interest, you've got to go with different tonal values. So darks, lights, and mid-tones. For the oranges, I'm using dark egg yolky yellows, oranges, and yellow greens, some darker than others. There was a green I was using that had more of a gray tone to it. Just to bring in that 3D effect. And then of course going in with the very pale yellow as well as white in some areas to really get the shine in the highlight of the orange. So the leaves I did much looser than the oranges. I don't want to faff around getting every detail in of a leaf. I don't like doing foliage. Grass, trees and foliage is actually one of the things I really do not enjoy painting, but obviously because I do quite a lot of these type of fruits just out in the field, obviously I can't get away from painting leaves. So what I try to do is just keep it really loose and getting a leaf shape in by using my pastel, my whole pastel stick, and varying the tonal value as well as the greens. So I've got some dark blue base greens, some dark yellow base greens, then mid-tone yellow greens, and then light yellow greens. You can see the leaves are very loose, but when you step back from the piece, it's like the oranges are the star of the show and the leaves are part of the backdrop. They're not the star of the show, and it just works. I felt like I didn't need to get all those details in of the leaves. I was happy with my slap dash, use my shape of my pastel to get the shape of the leaf in with the tonal values to make it look harmonious and basically to make it look like leaves. So overall, this piece is generally quite looser than what I usually would pastel. And to help me achieve more of a looser style, now it's by no means an abstract, but it's not as detailed as if I was sitting down doing a still life. Now that's the key for me. While I was pasteling this piece, the majority of it I was standing. I find when I sit down, it's something like it forces me to hone in on details. When I'm standing, it's like I'm using my whole body and it's just leaning towards not going in with those details. So that's a great little tip. If you're finding you are wanting to paint a little bit looser, try standing when you pastel. It really does. I don't know what it is. For me, I don't know what my brain says, but my brain says I'm standing. This is going to be overall a looser piece. Anyway, so I did the majority of the standing. But if you did want to see this over in real time, you can check me out on Patreon. I'll leave a link in the description below. But that's it for today, and I shall see you next time. Bye for now.